Hey guys, how are you? It's Tony. I was asked to say a little bit more about who I am, my intros, and I guess I could do that. My name is Tony. I've lost 71 pounds to date on the ketogenic diet. I finally have broken a 3-month stall. It was weighing on me emotionally that it was stalled for so long, but I didn't give up. I kept on trucking and I kept faith in the process, and so here I am. I'm 49 3/4 years old, which means in 3 months from now, I will be 50. I have a wonderful husband. Sorry guys. His name is Sid, and he's on OMAD. I follow the ketogenic diet. I am an apartment manager, and I work in the Houston Metroplex area, not exactly in Houston, but close. I live south of Houston in kind of a rural area, but a big neighborhood. And I have one daughter. She's 32. I have 2 stepdaughters who are 25 and 23, and I have a stepson, Zane, who's 9, and he visits with us every other weekend. Sorry, having some dry throat issues tonight. So what we were preparing for you is a collab, and we're calling it Keto for Kids. We try to make some kid-friendly meals that they can eat that are low sugar, low carb, not necessarily the highest in fat, because we're not trying to introduce that to our kids at this point in their life. Like, there's some decisions they can make when they get older, and but we are trying to cut out some of the sugars and the carbs and do the healthiest things for our kids. So I wanted to mention the people who are collabing with me on this video, and I really appreciate them joining us. Not number one. They're not in any random order. First of all, I want to thank Nicole Burgess for collabing with us on this. I know she's very busy and has a lot of a busy schedule and is about to be back to school, and she's a teacher, so we appreciate her taking some of her time out to collab with us. We know that that is a very gracious thing for her to do. She has a huge channel, and we're really grateful to have her here. Simply Misty, she has a big channel too, and she also made some time for us, so we appreciate that as well. So make sure you visit their channels and like and subscribe and all the things. What brought us here today was a new friend I made, and I'll mention her again. I mentioned her again in the exit of this video, and her name is Cooking with Autism. She's lost over 100 pounds on the ketogenic diet, and she does have a smaller channel, and she's trying really hard, and she's working just as hard to make content as all of us with a few more subscribers or a ton more subscribers. These videos take time, they take effort, and they are work, but she puts in the work and she does the content, and show her some love and just support her. She has done an awesome job on her journey. She is like killing it, down to I think the last I saw was 135 pounds. Like, she has lost the weight, coming from I think over 250, if I want to remember her beginning number correctly, but she can straighten you out on that. She'll let you know if I'm wrong about the numbers, but I know I'm pretty close, and I've been watching her videos. She did win my giveaway from KetoCon, so congratulations, and that'll go out in the mail to her tomorrow. I know that's a little late, but somebody decided to break into my car, and her package was in my trunk, so it has been in the body shop and at the dealership now for over a week, and I'm waiting to get it back so I can get her box and mail it off. So that said, I just wanted to thank everyone for being a part. Please show the love to all those ladies for putting in the work. We're doing this Keto for Kids collab because we really feel like it's important to cut the carbs and sugar in our kids' diets and make them healthy and happy. I do have 3 grandkids, so I am hoping that we can share these recipes and they can enjoy them too. I have a 12-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 2-year-old granddaughter. Well, 2 grandsons. The older 2 are grandsons. And so I love my family dearly, and I want to do what's healthiest for my kids and my grandkids, and make them healthy eaters in their future, not to be picky and just want chicken nuggets and processed food, and start to enjoy some vegetables and some low sugar and low carb treats. So that is what this collab is about today, and in my opinion, I couldn't be paired up with a better group of ladies. So I want you all to show them the love and go to their channels, watch their videos. I'll link them in the description box below, and thank you so much for watching in advance, because this is my intro. I've already filmed my video and I've already filmed my outro, and then I realized, well, Tony, you're kind of backwards because you haven't filmed the intro. So here it is, and here's our videos, and here's my video, and what I'm making today for you is a keto-friendly peanut butter and jelly Pop-Tart. And I have to tell you, I was so shocked of how delicious it really is. So here we go, we'll get into the video. Hi guys, okay, here we are. We're gonna get started on this recipe. We're doing peanut butter and jelly Pop-Tarts. Low sugar options for kids, low carb, low sugar, not necessarily high fat, There is some fat in this, but that's not the goal, is to go high fat. We're just trying to get the carbs and the sugar out of their life as much as possible and still let them be kids. So I'm going to do a peanut butter and jelly Pop-Tart. So I have in here 6 ounces of cheese, 2 ounces of cream cheese, and a tablespoon of natural peanut butter. The peanut butter I'm using is this one, and the ingredients are only peanuts and less than 1% salt. My label's coming loose. But so we're using this. So in this bowl, I have 1 1/4 cups of almond flour. I have 1 tablespoon of, what is that? I have 1 tablespoon of xanthum gum, I mean not xanthum gum, oat fiber. I have 1 tablespoon of PB2 peanut butter powder. And I have, what else is in here? The xanthum gum. It's 1/8 of a teaspoon. So basically it's my dough recipe cut in half, and we're adding the peanut butter flavor. So we're making a peanut butter dough for our Pop-Tart. So I'm gonna sift this, and then I'm gonna get our cheese in a glass bowl, and we'll start melting that down, and we'll get busy because we're gonna make it in the stand mixer. I'm not gonna move it over here this time. I'm just gonna go to the stand mixer. So we'll move over there and we'll get this recipe going. Yay, gotta love a good collab. Okay, so anyways, I will see you on the other side of the kitchen in just a few minutes. All right guys, here is our peanut butter fathead recipe, so to speak. We're gonna go into our stand mixer with this. I'm gonna let my stand mixer run for a few minutes because this cheese is pretty hot and I don't wanna scramble our eggs. So this is gonna be loud, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause here, but just know I'm getting this, and I'm gonna just let this beat until it cools off a good bit because we don't want to scramble our eggs. So this is the next step. It's gonna be loud, so I will be back. Turn this off just to let you know this is cooled down. So we're gonna turn it on and we're gonna drop our eggs in one at a time, and we're gonna let it mix until it's all combined and it's just really smooth and all incorporated into the dough. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that with the motor on. Just helps with like the dough being cooler. So I'm gonna be back. I don't wanna have all the noise in the video, and I'm not good at editing out the noise, obviously. Hey guys, I said 2 eggs, it's just 1, so don't add 2 like I almost did. Okay, well here's our dough. Let's get a better angle there. Here's our dough. I'm gonna scrape it down. I've scraped it a couple of times, but the eggs are combined, so we're gonna start adding our dry ingredients. I do it in a couple batches so that it's not everything at once. It smells really good, like really peanut buttery, but you could play with this recipe. Take out more cream cheese, put in more peanut butter. You could, you know, use different kind of jelly. You could use a different kind of inside altogether. Like I said, when I made this dough to make the, I even made danishes, cream cheese danishes with this. Okay, so I have this scraped down. I'm gonna turn it on low and start adding my flour mixture, which I have sifted. Sift, sift, sift. I can't say that enough because those lumps will come out in the dough. So I'm just going to get this turned on low. It's gonna be noisy, so again, I'll see you back when we've added the dry ingredients and it's starting to pull together as a dough. As soon as it starts activating that xanthum gum, you're gonna see things start getting real elastic, and it's gonna make a beautiful dough. So I will see you back in just a few. All right guys, here is our dough ball. Look at that. I want to say it's a little wetter than I want it to be, but it is going to work out just fine. Okay, so I'm going to roll this in some saran wrap. I'm going to put this in the oven. I'm sorry, in the refrigerator for a little while and let it kind of firm up, and then we will be ready to roll out our Pop-Tarts. We're gonna do that with some parchment paper. Then we'll get these things in the oven, 400 degrees. Hey guys, okay, our dough ball is in the fridge. It's gonna chill for probably about 15 minutes. And then we'll get our parchment paper out and we'll start rolling out our Pop-Tarts. This is what we're gonna use for our filling. This is the Palmer's sugar-free with fiber strawberry preserves. And it is 2 net carbs. Hey guys, okay, so here we have our dough, which I'm gonna put on one side of this. You can't really see it, but it's down here. I divided this into 6. This is about the size. we're gonna make these into a rectangle, as big a rectangle as you can get. So I'm gonna show you what our end result is gonna look like. This is our Pop-Tart. So I'm gonna show you how I made it into this shape, and then we pressed it with a fork around the edges to give it that Pop-Tart look. And I know it's not exactly rectangle, but it's good enough. It's close. It's homemade. That's what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna get to rolling out this next one with you guys so you can see. Okay, we have our parchment paper. I'm gonna try to kind of square it up just with my hands a little bit so it's not such a round shape. And then I'm just gonna take my other parchment paper and I'm gonna start spreading it out a little bit with my hands. Just kind of keep it in that rectangle shape as much as you can. And just start working the dough towards the outside, trying to just kind of keep it as square as possible. It's pretty forgiving. So we're gonna go out this way a little bit. I use my hands for about half of it, and then I'll get my roller once it gets down a little bit. We're going for like quarter, a really thin layer of dough. And I just keep kind of working it so I can get it to be the shape that I want, which is a rectangle. And of course it'll get a little round, and then we'll just fix the edges once we get in here. And it takes just a few minutes. It's super fast. It's not a labor intensive thing. It just probably would roll out a lot faster if I wasn't trying to make a certain shape. So here we got our Pop-Tart. Just that easy rolled out. Okay. All right, we're gonna take, there we go. So here's our Pop-Tart. Not exactly square, but like I said, it's pretty forgiving and we'll make it. Okay, so we're gonna get our, this is a teaspoon. We're gonna use 2 teaspoons of this strawberry. We might be able to use 1, let's see, but just don't get it near your edges. But we want enough of it in there so that it tastes like a peanut butter and jelly. Not a whole teaspoon here. Not a piece of my parchment paper on there, because I had to practice one a minute ago. So we are gonna get this all together. All right, so let me put this down. I use the parchment paper. Oh, I'm sorry, I had the out of the thing. So I got my jelly on here, and I'm gonna use the parchment paper itself to fold it over carefully and then hook it to the other end. So we got it like that. And if we rip it, just fix it a little bit. And we're gonna try to get squared up a little bit here. So I'm gonna start rolling this dough over on top of itself to bring in this edge a little bit so we can kind of square it up. We're then gonna start doing the same thing on the ends. Again, we're gonna square it up. Don't worry about presentation at this point, because we're gonna flip this bad boy upside down and work on the other side, but just make sure you don't leave any holes. So we're just gonna get this in and do the same thing. Turn around. Uh-oh, we got some jelly trying to escape. Okay, so we're gonna get this all folded over, get this all folded over, fix our little jelly leakage there. All right, so we got pretty much a square here. We're gonna press this with our fingers just a little bit, and then we're gonna flip this thing over, and we're gonna work on the back side. Again, just keep trying to square it up. Now I'm going to squirt just a tad of olive oil on this fork because it likes to stick. So we're just gonna go in with our little signature Pop-Tart fork marks. It also seals in the edges for you, but you don't want this to stick to it, so we're getting our Pop-Tart marks all the way around. Okay. Hey guys, okay, we're gonna cook those at 400 for 10 minutes. So, and we'll check them probably about 8 minutes just to kind of see, but we just want them to be like nice and golden brown, and So we're gonna get to work. We're gonna go get these in the oven for 10 minutes and we'll be back. Hey guys, okay, so here are our Pop-Tarts, ready for their egg bath. I just put a dash of water in here and scrambled up an egg, and I'm just gonna brush these so they can brown up all nice and beautiful. So you're just gonna egg bath these real quick, and we'll stick them in the oven for 10 minutes. Okay. So here we go. And these will keep in the fridge. You can even freeze them and reheat them. So they are absolutely, don't leave them out, though they do need to be refrigerated. So, but these will keep and reheat. So I'm gonna get these in the oven for 10 minutes. I'll see you back in 10, which will be a second for you. Hey guys, yeah, I have a hot mess over here. So much for a clean stage. So I have a 1/4 cup of swerve in here, and we're making more like a glaze than we are making a frosting. So I'm just gonna use, this is a 1/2 tablespoon of peanut butter, and that is a 1/4 cup of confectioner's swerve. I need to grab I forgot to get my vanilla. And then we're gonna use just a little bit of water, and we'll see how it thins out. Because we want it to be a little bit thin. We don't want it to be like a frosting. We want it to be more like a glaze. It'll be in the description box below. So maybe a little more peanut butter. Let's do another 1/2. So that's 3/4 of a tablespoon of peanut butter, because I want it to cover up a little bit of that cooling taste you get from the swerve. Hi guys, there they are, and they do puff up a little. So I'm gonna put these straight on the parchment paper onto a cooling rack so the bottoms don't steam. Here we go. So like I said, it's starting to melt now. So there is our Pop-Tarts. Let's look at them up close. There we go. I got a shadow. Ooh. Gonna fall. So I'm gonna let them continue to cool. Then we'll be back to chat. All right, guys, here we go. You know what? That is good. Really good. Peanut butter and jelly. Oh wow. I'm gonna say I'm probably pro no frosting. But it's not bad with the frosting. It's the jelly is just absolutely fabulous. Nicole Burgess, Simply Misty, and Cooking with Autism, who's a new friend of mine and happened to win my KetoCon giveaway contest. We've become, you know, talk friends on Instagram and also on YouTube. So show her some love. Show all of them some love. And as I was just telling a friend earlier, it doesn't matter if you have 5 subscribers or you have 5,000 or you have 5 million. It takes time to make these videos, and people put in effort to make their content. So show them all love and give them the likes and the subscribes and the things and the bells and the whistles and all the love in the world, and be kind in the comments. So as I say to you now, and I say to you always, thank you so much.